My mom and I were truly good friends. And when she died of a stroke at the age of 54, I was pushed into a split personality disorder that allowed me to not get in touch with my grief. When 2.5 years later I was finally able to do so, one of my ribs had created a calcification in the place where it meets the sternum bone, much like those the bones create after a fracture to strengthen the skeleton. I have not had an accident, and yet what my body was expressing was quite clear. I had a broken heart. Few years later, my teacher and mentor, Lynn Prashant, an outstanding therapist from the San Francisco Bay Area, asked me to design a routine with yoga exercises to address the physical symptoms of grief. I was thrilled, hearing someone acknowledge that grief deeply impacts also the body, and so I created the Yoga for Grief Relief program. Few years later, my teacher and mentor, Lynn Prashant, an outstanding therapist from the San Francisco Bay Area, asked me to design a routine with yoga exercises to address the physical symptoms of grief. I was thrilled, hearing someone acknowledge that grief deeply impacts also the body, and so I created the Yoga for Grief Relief program. Yoga addresses the mind, the body, and the spirit, the three areas where grief manifests. On a psychological level, by combining different therapies such as massage, stretching, or alterations of the circulatory patterns, yoga promotes specific changes in the muscles, joints, and organs, altering the disturbed vital functions of the body. From a psychological standpoint, therapy is defined as the possibility of accessing self-knowledge that will enable us to change that we consider dysfunctional. The introspection promoted by yoga is essential to the self-knowledge process that fuels psychic transformation. The different relaxation techniques allow the shattered and scattered mind to calm and decrease its activity while promoting stability. From a spiritual standpoint, because yoga believes that the knowledge to live a full life is already within each one of us, by offering a vehicle of self-knowledge, yoga provides the opportunity to become acquainted with our true essence. My program is not intended to help individuals not feel. Quite the opposite. It helps grievers be in touch with their full palette of symptoms of grief so they can understand and also determine that new identity that emerges after an important loss. As in many other moments in my life, yoga assisted me at a time of extreme difficulty with that deep and insightful knowledge that put me a step closer to my spirit. I am Antonio Sausys.